Coach, the offense is on a roll. That's 5 straight, scoring 120 plus. What are you seeing from your team that you think is sustainable, and what do you think is maybe good luck?
Spacing, ball movement, making the right play. So I don't know. I don't really believe in luck. I believe in spacing, ball movement, and making the right play. And so if our guys continue to do that and they stay confident, I thought we did a good job trying to fight for offensive rebounds tonight. We got 11, which is probably a team high for us. So it's good.
When you're in a shootout, what can you do from your perspective to slow something down so you can get some separation?
What do you mean, like offensively, defensively?
From a coaching perspective.
Nothing, just stay out of the way.
Okay, then on offensively, defensively, from those two perspectives.
No, I mean, I think during the timeouts, you're talking shot selection. You're talking making sure you value the basketball. I thought our spacing waned a little bit on the offensive end against their zone. We kind of got bunched up a little bit. So you're just, reminding them of the details. Defensively, they had a great game plan against ours. So, us as a staff have to be better for Friday in that. But our guys did a great job kind of navigating adjustments on the fly and then just, playing hard throughout the game. So I think you just focus on those things.
JT had a pretty decent scoring night. He seems to have a really good feel this year of when to kind of like put it on his shoulders and when to play within the flow of the game. There were a few times they would narrow the game that he would just pull off a couple threes. How much do you trust him to kind of make those calls in those moments?
1,000%. Yeah. He's just making the right play. And so he's doing a great job reading the coverage, knowing how the defense is guarding him. Are they crowding him? Are they giving him a step? And so, he's making the right play for himself and for his teammates.
Against a team like Miami, now you're going to see them again. It's a team you obviously faced last year to get to the finals, and it's just a tougher test. So when you come out of a game like this where you're back and forth and you give up 120 points, are you coming out of it thinking that there's a lot to work on, or do you come out of it thinking like, okay, we've proven something against a tougher opponent?
No, we got a lot to work on. I'd say there's 35 points that we can control that we have to take away. I'd say there's about 40 to 50 points that we were willing to live with, that they executed, and then the rest we'd have to either do a better job of our physicality, or the staff has to do a better job of their adjustments. So I think after a game like this, you go back and you figure out what you do well and where you need to get better.
What points do you think you could have taken away?
They did a great job in pick and roll of being aggressive with the ball handler, which is something we weren't prepared for. Strus, I thought got, a couple easy looks. We're also focused on the ones that didn't go in, that if they did, we might not be in this situation. So I think that's a perspective that helps us stay hungry and helps us try to, execute better.
Joe, in terms of Jayson, he's obviously had a great season so far, scoring and doing other things. What's the kind of the back and forth with you and him like when he gets going like that? Do you say shoot until your arm gets tired? Do you want him to play? How does he manage the team concept, knowing that on nights like this, it's mostly going to go in?
Yeah, I think he manages the team concept by continuing to play the right way. And so he's getting catch and shoot shots. He's screening. He's running the floor in transition. He's getting to the free throw line. So the fact that, his game is versatile, a lot of the stuff he does opens up plays for others as well. And so there's about 15 to 18 points a game that he's getting just because of what he's doing without the ball. And so I think it's just as much about that is, how do you play because you're a great player, but how do you make the people around you better?
A non-basketball question. Did you get a chance to meet with the royal family? And if not, how was it like having them there in the building?
Jesus, Mary, and Joseph?
The Prince and Princess of Wales.
Oh, no, I did not. I'm only familiar with one royal family. I don't know too much about that one. Thank you. But I'm glad hopefully they're Celtic fans. Yeah. Thank you.